From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for December 15th, 2025. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. Two gunmen opened fire during a Hanukkah celebration on Sydney's Bondi Beach, killing 15 people, including a child, officials said Monday in what Prime Minister Anthony Albanese called an act of anti-Semitic terrorism that struck at the heart of the nation. The shooters were father and son, the authorities said. The massacre at one of Australia's most popular beaches followed a wave of anti-Semitic attacks that have roiled the country over the past year, although the authorities didn't suggest those and the shooting Sunday were connected. It was the deadliest shooting in almost 3 decades in a country with strict gun control laws. One gunman, a 50-year-old man, was fatally shot by police. The other shooter, his 24-year-old son, was wounded and was being treated at a hospital, said Mal Lanyon, New South Wales Police Commissioner. Those killed were between ages 10 and 87 years old, New South Wales Premier Chris Minns told reporters. At least 42 others were being treated at hospitals on Monday morning, several of them in critical condition. The violence erupted at the end of a summer day when thousands had flocked to Bondi Beach, an icon of Australia's cultural life. They included hundreds gathered for the Hanukkah by the Sea event, celebrating the start of the 8-day Hanukkah festival. The festivities included face painting and a petting zoo. Then mayhem erupted. Chabad, an Orthodox Jewish movement that runs outreach worldwide and sponsors events during major Jewish holidays, identified one of the dead as Rabbi Eli Schlanger, a rabbi at Chabad of Bondi and an organizer of the event. Israel's foreign ministry confirmed the death of an Israeli citizen but gave no further details. French President Emmanuel Macron announced a French citizen identified as Dan El-Khayam was among those killed. None of the victims have been publicly named by Australian authorities, and the gunmen haven't been officially named either. Turning to news from the United States, a person of interest was in custody Sunday after a shooting during final exams at Brown University that killed 2 students and wounded 9 others, though key questions remain unanswered more than 24 hours after the attack. The attack Saturday afternoon set off hours of chaos across the Ivy League campus and surrounding Providence neighborhoods as hundreds of officers searched for the shooter and urged students and staff to shelter in place. The lockdown, which stretched into the night, was lifted early Sunday, but authorities had not yet released information about a potential motive. The person of interest is a 24-year-old man from Wisconsin, according to 2 people familiar with the matter. The people were not authorized to publicly discuss details of the investigation and spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity. Colonel Oscar Perez, the Providence police chief, said Saturday afternoon that no one has been charged yet. Perez, who also said no one else was being sought, declined to say whether the detained person had any connection to Brown University. The person was taken into custody at a Hampton Inn hotel in Coventry, Rhode Island, about 20 miles from Providence, where police officers and FBI agents remained Sunday, blocking off a hallway with crime scene tape so they could search the area. And finally, a weekend storm sent temperatures plunging well below zero in the Midwest and dumped heavy snow on parts of the Northeast on Sunday, creating many airport delays and slick roads. Meanwhile, the Pacific Northwest braced for more rain after days of flooding and mudslides. The storm began Friday and brought up to over a foot of snow in northwest Pennsylvania, the region's 3rd significant snowfall of the season. Light snowfall occurred over parts of New England. The storm was expected to weaken by Sunday night, followed by Arctic conditions with overnight wind chill temperatures at or plummeting below 0 degrees. Crews and contractors were out plowing and treating roads in Pennsylvania, where the State Department of Transportation advised people to avoid unnecessary travel. Salt spreaders and plows worked overnight to clear snow from roads and bike lanes, according to the New York City Department of Sanitation, which they posted online. Pennsylvania temporarily reduced speed limits on interstates to 45 miles an hour, and at the time of this recording, such limitations are still in place on I-79 between exit 141 and PA Route 5, which is located in Erie. And that's the news at this hour. If you are watching our news videos on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. One programming note: study hours will run from 6:30 p.m. through midnight until Thursday. Next week, we will be running regular programming with lots of Christmas music added in. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.